In early cold morning, I'm woken up by more than one car siren passing the road. That seemed going to the trailer park area. I grabbed my phone and called my friend Ethan, that also lives in that area. Unfortunately, he's out of town solving the kidnapping case in Takemizu village. Well, and for me. As I know, there are 4 houses there. The Broke families, Ethan's, Jones families, and 1 empty house. What if I just come there? See if there is something unsolved to be solved in this winter. Let's go. I am quite surprised that apparently the police car and the ambulance parked in front of Brandi Brooks' house. We don't really know each other, I mean Brandi and me. I just met her once in Cassandra Gott's wedding about 2 months ago. She was one of Cassandra's bridesmaids together with Jennifer Burb and Nina Caliente. I see Officer Jordan Hamilton, so I ask her about what happened. She says somebody died by the pool accident, drowning, and the victim is Brandi's husband, Skip Broke. The body is taken by the ambulance and the family agreed to let the autopsy done. I try to comfort Brandi and she says that it is too suspicious if her husband died by the accident, because the pool leather is gone and she believes that he has been murdered. Somebody murdered Skip by removing the pool leather, then let him drowning. Well, it is too soon for me to agree with her. The officers then take Brandi to the living room for the questioning. So, the Broke family consists of 4 members: Skip the husband, Brandi the wife, the oldest son Dustin, and the younger son Bo. And there will be the 5th member coming since Brandi is 3 months pregnant. So I follow the questioning process, even though another officer, Alan Ruswich, forbade me to join at first, but thankfully Officer Hamilton let me in, because she says that I can be helpful here. Well, she's not wrong at all. If you remember, Officer Jordan Hamilton is the one investigating the stalker case of Nina Caliente, together with Officer DePease, and that's how we know each other. The questioning starts with Brandi. She's the one who found the body. According to her, her husband had been constructing the swimming pool himself for about a month ago. It has not finished yet since they wanted it to be a bit larger. And the ladder was already installed 2 days before the tragedy. The construction delayed when the winter enters and the snow starts to fall. On Friday night, after put his toddler Bo sleeping in the crib, Brandi went to sleep early around 8 p.m. and she saw that her husband and his oldest son Dustin were still watching TV. At that time, she remembered that when she went to bed, the snow just started to fall. She did not notice at what time her husband slept at that night.
Privileged by poverty, huh?
In early Saturday morning, around 6:15, Brandi was woken up by the chilly weather and saw that the snow was already thickly covered the yard, but the snow stopped falling. And at that time, Skip was not in the bedroom, and she simply thought that her husband has woken up. She went out the bedroom and started to look for her husband. She saw her two sons were still in deep sleep. She could not find her husband inside the house and started to panic. So she went outside and thought that Skip was checking the pool because he always did that almost every day. Because to him, finally can have a swimming pool for his family was an achievement. He said that it will be the biggest gift that he can give for their newborn baby in the future.
Apo la plata. Apo, zapalete po.
Well, I can imagine how shocked, heartbroken, panicked, and sad Brandi was at that time she found his husband's body was at the bottom of the pool, with his body was almost frozen. She screamed so loud that made his son Dustin run to her. At that time, she did not realize that the pool ladder was gone, and the one who did was Dustin. And that's when Brandi thought that it was not an accident. Immediately after that, Dustin called the ambulance and the police to get his father's body evacuated.
Bro? Tror du får det kommer sitta på det? Nej, rimram, traben, tom så let it get a wash.
The questioning continues to Dustin Brooke, the oldest son of this family. I have ever met Dustin before. While solving my first case, the missing girl from the Pleasant family, he is dating one of the family twin girl. On Friday night, Dustin and Skip were watching TV, and he saw that her mother went to sleep earlier that night after sending his younger brother to sleep in his crib. According to Dustin, his father was always talkative. They talked many random things at that night, like his job situation, his co-workers, and also they talk about Dustin's school stuff, even about his girlfriend Angela Pleasant. Skip also talked about the pool he had been constructing. He is very excited about the progress and can't wait for the spring to come to continue expanding the pool size as Brandi requested. Skip worked as field sales representative of a furniture company. The family has been suffering the financial issues since his mother quit her job as drive-thru clerk shortly after giving birth to his younger brother. Dustin said that the company his father worked at generously support their family. They got some good stuff and furniture like the baby crib and changing counter as the baby born gift from his father's company. And most of the furniture they have in the main bedroom were also the wedding gift from the company. So now Dustin has to fear that the loss of his father will soon make the family broke. He then continues telling every second of the time he spent with his late dad last night. Around 9:30, Skip met him instant dinner, and he said that he will check the pool later before he went to bed. Dustin felt very sleepy, so he went to bed around 10:30 and left his father doing the dish alone, and that was the last time he saw his father alive.
Sefuane la lava. Fuen. Fuate tele. Fuen. What's that?
He did not know at what time that his father went outside to check the pool until hours passed and he heard his mother screaming make him suddenly woke up around 6:20. In the morning, that's when he found his mother hysterically crying beside the pool, finding his father's body was drowning. Then he immediately called the police and the ambulance that arrived around 7:15. So far, the testimony he gives matches with Brandi's statement earlier. Well, this is now the time for me to do my part. The snow stopped falling for about 30 minutes before, I guess. So now it's getting a bit warmer with the sunlight penetrating the clear sky. So to start my investigation, I go to the side yard where the pool accident took place.
Just proud, loud, und bladdumas.
Well, yeah, this swimming pool is too small for the family of 5. And I see the mark where the ladder was installed before. Brandi said it was already installed 2 days before the tragedy, but it was gone this morning. And Dustin was the one who noticed that soon after he found his father's body. So this is the spot. From the way it looks, it was removed smoothly by a tool. I mean, the ladder. And I see the ice a little bit covering the screw holes, but it starts to melt. Meaning that it was taken off long enough, maybe around the dawn or way sooner before the snowfall hard this morning, around 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. But who did this? And I'm still not sure if the ladder was taken before or after Skip died. Wait, something from each corner of the pool catch my attention. Oh, so the way the pool looked like with Skip's dead body at long hours before was totally different then. If I were right, then it was totally an accident, not a murder. But my analysis is not close to right before the ladder is found and the autopsy result is at hand. The part of the autopsy result I need the most is the exact time when Skip died. Autopsies usually takes 2 to 4 hours to perform. Preliminary result can be released within 24 hours, but a full result of an autopsy may take up to 6 weeks to prepare. But I believe that the time of the death and also the general cause of death can be obtained with just a preliminary result. I share my opinion with the officers. The big question they have so far is that whether the ladder gone before or after Skip died. But so far they believe that the cause of death is drowning. When the body was found, Skip was wearing his outwear, meaning that he was accidentally jumped into the pool, can be by his own carelessness, or being pushed by somebody intentionally or accidentally. Well, yes, there are some possibilities of how the accident happened. She also said that she will bring the preliminary results of the autopsy herself to Brandi once it is released. So now, let's elaborate about some possibilities on how Skip drowned.
Inevitable. Hey, go ahead. Vad är det sig? Vad du vill lära? Kaplo.
As Brandi said that the snow started to fall before she went to bed around 8 p.m. And Dustin went to bed around 10:30. So the time Skip checked the pool could be around 11 p.m. or above. And by that time, the temperature outside could be from 2 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius, and could be lower inside the pool since they have not installed the pool water heater. When Skip was checking the pool by himself, Skip accidentally slipped and his head was hit by the ladder that caused him lost his unconsciousness. Then he fell into the pool, and somebody took off the ladder with some motives behind. Somebody tried to murder Skip. He or she could be hiding and watching him, then beat him to lost his unconsciousness, pushed him to fall into the pool, then took off the ladder so that Skip could not climb back up in case he was still alive. Somebody has stolen the ladder before Skip went outside to check the pool. When he found out that the ladder was gone, he ran here and there to look for the ladder, but accidentally slipped into the pool and could not climb back up. And he was attacked by the sudden hypothermia. The same theory with before. Somebody who had taken off the ladder pushed him into the pool while Skip was looking for the ladder around the pool. Basically, there are three motives for the murder: love, revenge, and money. And if this case is really a murder, based on those motives and the questioning, Brandi and Dustin are the suspects. No one can actually prove their alibi that they were not with Skip after everybody fell asleep. And there is not even a single surveillance camera installed in their house. Money is of course not the motive, as the family is not registered to any claimable life insurance, but there is still the possibility of the other motive to take place, since we do not know exactly their life situation with Skip's presence. Wait, what is that? A rubber? Well, wait, I think I know what it is. Alright, I have a lot of things going on in my brain now. Let's go back home and wait until the autopsy result is informed.
Oh, give it hell!
Whatever.
Oh, preach near Frabbit. Read that. Over Dweerab, Stumrab.
Jag tar då. Jag bara måste rida va. Är det va? Snabblagovu.
Officer Hamilton gives me a call. She said that another part of the pool leather rubber is nowhere inside the trash bin, but they will continue their finding around the house and will send the rubber I gave earlier to the forensic lab for the DNA and fingerprint examination.
Rabbit! Never. JPT, Koopsa. Here, Mo. Here, Shabbasis, Landman. Awesome reprint. Oh, the plan. Fabulous, you know, my. Oh, Kev Rabbit. Lucky! Oh, Petito! We're Peg! Suvala Tizo!
I see. There is no more rubber or any significant evidences found in the trash bin so far, meaning that the one that I found around the bin was there incidentally, not was intended to be thrown away to the bin but fell out without being noticed by the suspect. I am almost there, but there is still a missing puzzle here. My instinct said that the suspect is neither Brandi nor Dustin, but somebody else. Let's wait for tomorrow, since Officer Hamilton said that hopefully the preliminary results of the autopsy can be obtained by tonight or tomorrow morning. Wow, there was a robbery case on Friday midnight in an empty mansion located at 220 Right Way. The case is still under investigation by the police, and I read that the officer who currently taking care of this case is Officer John Burb. Lucky me, he also lives in this condo area, and I have met him once when solving the missing girl case back then. He is the uncle-in-law of Livet Pleasant. I think I need to call him to find more information about this robbery, since this is the red thread that I'm looking for. Oh, so, according to Officer Burb, the robbery happened around Friday midnight around 12 to 2 a.m. Saturday. The owner of the house lives in Belladonna Cove. He made police report on Saturday afternoon after knowing that two men broke into the mansion and dropped some stuff from the camera that is monitored from the apartment in Belladonna. Based on the ongoing investigation, the robbers are two men. They left Pleasant View after the robbery since their car was spotted a couple times by the traffic camera. And here is the possibility of the route taken by the robbers' car when they left Pleasant View, informed by Officer Burb. Great, I think I have completed the puzzle, and the Brooks case is solved. Oh, now I got a call from Brandi. She said that the officers already had the autopsy result and will bring and explain it to Brandi later in the afternoon since they still have some stuff to take care. Well, no time. It's better that I pick up Brandi and meet the officers now. So I called Officer Hamilton and I said that I think I will need to stop the murder investigations of Skip Rock and focus on catching the mansion robbers because they are the keys to this case. So, did you get something now, guys? If you're asking if the mansion robbers are the one murdered Skip, my answer is no. Let me reveal what exactly happened to Skip Rock that night to you, to the officers, and to Brandi shortly.
Tesjestu. Ik kijk het. Ze fladderen en fladderen. Zijn er nu blijven? Je bubble. Het wafelen? Is er zo genella seven op myself? Dat het die niet laat. Dan is er zo dik. Matulaku Poland.
Awesome, everybody is here. Let me first hear the autopsy result explanation from Officer Hamilton before I begin my show. Alright, the general information about the autopsy I can get is the fatal head injuries by the heart concussion caused unconsciousness to Skip, as the 8 cm bruise found on his left forehead. The body collapsed and was unresponsive. Hypothermia caused him drowning. The probable time of death is between 11:30 to 12:30, and the case is totally an accident. Well, nothing in the report surprised me. The thing here is what caused him fell into the pool, accidentally or being pushed by somebody. And my answer is it was an accident. What about the pool leather and how it is connected to the empty mansion robbery case? Well, the robbers stole the pool leather after Skip died. Do you remember the rules of the robber's truck which Officer Burb showed earlier? There are actually 5 traffic surveillance cameras that can actually spot their truck movement, but unfortunately, one of the camera is currently under maintenance. I am not sure if the robbers knew about this, but the interval times of the spotting can prove that they had stopped at 55 Woodland Drive, which is the Brooks house, to steal the pool leather. Let me bring that again to you in more detail. So, here it is. According to Officer Burb, there are just few people saw the truck passing, but no one suspected it, since the robbers used the moving truck as their disguise. And here are the spots of the traffic surveillance cameras. At Right Way, at Main Street, at Pleasant View Avenue, which is under maintenance, another one at Pleasant Avenue, and the last one is at Skyline Flyover Bridge, still on Pleasant View Avenue. Let's simply call them camera 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, after done the robbery in the empty mansion at 220 Right Way, their truck was spotted by the camera 1 at Saturday 2:10. At 2:14, it was spotted by camera 2 that it took the middle lane. Next, it turned left to take the Pleasant View Avenue, then was spotted at 2:39 by camera 4. And last one was at 2:45, spotted by camera 5. It drove along the way to the hill across the Skyline Flyover Bridge to leave the town. The spotting interval time from the camera 2 to camera 4 was around 25 minutes. And to me, it was more than enough time for them to stop at the Brooks house to steal the leather. After stealing the leather, they moved it rashly into the truck and dropped the rubber, which I found in some hours after, next to the trash bin. Well, you must ask, what about Skip? His death time was probably at 11:30 to 12:30, so it was around 1.5 hours before the robbers arrived at the pool. And his body was already drowned in the bottom of the pool by that time. Did the robbers see the body? The answer is no. The body was there, but they just could not see that. How come? Yes, how come? Do you remember when I saw the corners of the pool and I said that the pool must look different some hours before, even before Brandi found the body? Due to the low temperature around 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. outside, this is how the pool looked like during that time. The top frozen layer of the pool was enough to make the rush robbers that just focused on removing the leather blind enough to see that there was actually the dead body laying on the bottom of the pool. Does it make any sense so far to you guys? So now let me visualize my analysis about the detailed chronology for you.
D'accord, Loretto. Das
The bakalim abatonda escentali.
Ma ja, daje, bombazia, e come to chvali, ton.
Telefonu dole badale.
Rukraba, to storia, junta,
Telefonu.
That's all I can do to help Brandi with her husband's case. It is indeed really hard for the family to accept the reality. And I believe that the police can solve the robbery case very soon. Nothing matters but the facts. Without them, the science of criminal investigation is nothing more than a guessing game. Blake Edwards.